Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Okay, so I did have to detach the trailer, and yeah, because I couldn't get the sleep spot, and yeah, so I backed it up next to it and quickly slept. And it's 9 hours that you sleep for, so let's hook it up and get going again. So I think we're going to Dover with this, if I remember right, but I'll have a look in just a second. Anyway, yeah, so back in Euro Truck Simulator 2, of course. Hook that up, and then let's get this open. So salt and spices went away. If I go forward a little bit, it should come back. Right, salt and spices, Dover. Yeah, so Willnet Transport, and we've got 7 hours to get there until we're deemed late. So we're doing absolutely fine. So we'll turn that off. So we had to take a little bit of a detour into Chelmsford so that I could get some much needed rest. And so the sat-nav goes a little bit wrong here. So you can't actually go right at this point. You have to go left. Right, so let's get some music on and get cracking. So yeah, there's a roundabout just up there so we can spin round there. I actually remember it from the game. Yeah, so obviously if this was realistic, you'd have to do a walk around check. There are mods that you can get where you can exit the vehicle and walk around, but it's a little bit wonky because you end up, well, you start off underneath the truck. It's basically like photo mode, but yeah, you'd have to do your walk around check in the morning and spend about 15 minutes doing that. So what I used to do when I first got up, I'd have a quick wash, have the kettle boiling, make myself a nice coffee to wake me up, and yeah, walk round, do all the checks. So you check lights, tyres, anything that could have happened overnight. Make sure you haven't got any bulbs blown. Yeah, tread depth, all that kind of thing, but it should take about 15 minutes. And in the pissing down rain, it's really annoying, but you have to do it. Because obviously it's other road users that you're thinking about as well as yourself, obviously, but... Right. Yeah, so we've got plenty of time to get down there. Oh god, what are you doing, Laguna? Well, that buggered me up a bit. Okay, so on this bit, I need to go in this lane. So in real life, this roundabout gets everyone.
Straight on.
And I've seen a few lorries tipped at this roundabout as well, where people try and get round it too quick. Poundland. Officers. Right, let's have some lights on.
Continue straight on.
Little Kangoo and a Sprinter.
And then continue straight on.
Okay, away we go. Yeah, so we'll be going over the QE2, the Dartford Bridge. Right, I'm going to try having a sip of coffee. Excellent. So I've got the face tracking set up better than I had it before, because when I used to do anything in front of my face, my goodness, it used to bounce around. So I definitely
Turn left.
couldn't have a cigarette while I was driving.
Turn left.
And yeah, I did used to smoke a lot as a lorry driver. At one point I had to limit myself because it was just getting excessive. But in London, I couldn't help but just chain smoking all the way around because it was so stressful. Well, I don't think we're particularly heavy, so second should be alright. What's that next to us? I'm going to let him go. Oh, Ford Scorpio, okay. Right. And yeah, in the last episode, one of the last tracks that played was ridiculously bass boosted and it was crap. So I am really sorry about that. I want the music like a radio. I don't want it to be pre-selected songs, because not only does that take a lot of spare time that I haven't got, but also obviously in real life I didn't have set tracks. I wish I could play Delana, I really do, but yeah, I wouldn't want to steal any of her money, because genuinely if I put Delana on and didn't talk, my views would be millions. Because she's amazing. I would put a link in the description, but I'm a little bit cautious about that, because if I put in a link, it will come up on her feed that she's been tagged, and then it might look like I'm trying to gain views, even though we've got completely different channels. But I wouldn't even want her to have any thought about that.
Keep left, and then exit left.
Yeah, so I've got TubeBuddy. I don't recommend it until you've got over 1,000 subscribers, because it's a paid service. But yeah, you can see the tags that people use on their uploads, and some people do actually use big YouTuber names in their tags. So when you search, as an example, so I don't do this, I promise, but as an example, if I use scapegoat in my tags, if someone went on YouTube and typed in scapegoat, some of my videos would turn up, and that's not fair, is it? If they're after a legend and they get a loser. Right, here we go. Yeah, because when I was looking for mods, I was watching video reviews of them, and I noticed that someone who had about 900 subscribers was tagging Squirrel in his upload. Ridiculous. Right, away we go. So we're on the M2 now. Yeah, so I don't know what truck I'm going to buy brand new when we get to that point, but there'll probably be 2 or 3 used trucks before we get to that point. And the Mercedes I used in my first series was a mod made by someone called Dotech, who was actually a real lorry driver. So fair play. Yeah, there's the services on the M2 that I absolutely detest. It's got a Burger King, a Greggs. What else has it got there? I can't remember what else. A really expensive WH Smith, I think. But yeah, I hate it. It's so noisy all night. They don't do anything about the boy racers turning up. So the boy racers all do bloody drag racing from in there. Oh. Or they used to, anyway. Right, what's going on here? Oh, okay, so we're already in Dover. Not to worry. Yeah, 9 miles away, perfect. So almost there. And I think this is quite a good chunk of money. Nope, ignore me. But at least we're going to discover Dover. That's something. Old Citroen in front of us. Right, where are we going? Straight up.
Continue straight on.
My goodness, what is this music? Bloody gear stick.
Take the second exit.
It's my fault, I haven't got a proper mount for the H shifter. So it's not
Keep left.
kind of
And then
parallel
turn
to me.
left.
It goes at a slight angle. Right, we're not going in here, are we? Nope, because that's a hotel. Sorry, everyone.
Turn left.
Okay.
Get ready to turn right.
Right, that's a bus stop. Or bus depot. So we're going in here.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Cleaning that window. Okay. Get that detached. My goodness, what just happened with music? Okay. Right, so we'll have a look, see what this company's got. Anything good? Oh, Ireland. Liver paste. Right, so we've got 34 grand. Do we buy a trailer? If we buy a trailer, it's going to be delivered to London. So let's have a quick look at the trailers. So it will be ladder one, of course. So 2-axle. I think this is wrong. Yes, we wouldn't be able to afford it yet because that's the one that I want. Yeah, so we're going to have to do one more job before we can get a trailer. Shame. Okay, so let's take the liver paste to Ireland. I've probably lost that dialogue now, so I'm going to have to find it on here. Right, so we're in Dover. And... or we could go to Grimsby. No, let's go to Ireland. That one, wasn't it? Yeah. Right. So we're already here. But unfortunately, the way the game works, I've got to shoot over there, so let's quickly get that done. Okay. Perfect, and let's just make sure that, yeah, don't like it. Not used to it. So we're going to have to take that one. Is there a white one? No. That'll do. Perfect. Okay, and where is it? There. Right, bit wonky, I know. Okay. Right, so we've got 12 hours to get there. Let's go. Do that.
Turn left.
Right, so we have been to Wales, of course, which is a different country. But,
Turn right.
yeah, obviously going to Southern Ireland is a proper different country, isn't it? I have driven over there in a lorry before, but unfortunately, when you're a lorry driver, you don't get time to explore anything unless you've got, yeah, a day off or two over there. So, yeah, it was just work over there. But, yeah, the people there, fantastic. Excellent hospitality. And the grass is genuinely greener
Take the first
because they get more rain.
exit now.
Yeah, much more laid back over there. I was very, very jealous. Yeah, I must go back at some point. Right, why am I in 6th? Because you're a moron, Johnny. Yep, still instrumental. Thanks, Epidemic. Don't buy it. Right, so let's have a quick look to see when we need our next break. 8 hours time, so we will need a break before we get there, but we'll have plenty of time because, yeah, that'll be 19 hours as long as nothing catastrophic happens on the way. Yeah, we'll be laughing, and it's a good amount of money. So obviously we will be paying for the ferry across, and as a lorry driver, when you go on a ferry, you quite often, if it's over a certain length, you get a cabin and a bunk. And yeah, the time that I went to Ireland, it was really choppy and yeah, rough seas, and everyone was being sick but me. I'm fine on boats, I don't get seasick. And yeah, it was awful. So I didn't get any sleep because the roommate that I had, so you don't get a separate room, the roommate I had was suffering quite a lot. So yeah, I spent most of the time out on deck, and the captain made an announcement saying that he was doing everything that he could to stabilise the ship. And yeah, he was saying obviously the closer you are to water level, the less it will affect you, because obviously, yeah, the pendulum effect. And yeah, I was thinking, why is everyone like so ill? So I went as high as I could on the ship, but yeah, nothing happened. But then I am part pirate, so rough seas don't bother me. Yeah, and on the way back it was bliss because I had my own cabin. But what they do to stop people sitting in the cabins with their phones on really loud, you know, watching films and stuff, they make it so that Wi-Fi doesn't work in the cabins. So even though I had my own cabin and I would have been listening to it through headphones, I was just in silence. But yeah, I really didn't want to leave Ireland. Felt like I belonged there a little bit. Yeah, see, this skybox is really good. This isn't a mod. But at night time it just goes crap.
Keep left.
Okay, Sky. Yeah, and I was asked the other day, so someone was sharing some mods with me, and unmarked police car, and I was asked the other day about which game I preferred on ETS, out of ETS2 and ATS, and both of them have got some real perks. So I feel like ATS, the roads and how that all works is slightly better, but Pro Mods isn't as good in America because it's much smaller. So I think you've got more playtime in ETS, but the locations in ATS are fantastic. Like, there's crashed UFOs and like funny things in the ATS. That's that crap services. Or we're on the M20. I think we're on the M20. It's 3 lane. Yeah, the M20 services are good. Yeah, so there's more to see in America, but there's more to drive in ETS. And obviously the trucks are a little bit quicker in ATS, so you can turn the speed limiter off and just do whatever speed you want, but it's not very realistic. And then you end up doing jobs so quick. Yeah, and a few people have been brought back to ETS because they've seen me play it. So I'm really happy to hear that. Because yeah, it is a game that's constantly being updated and made better. So if you haven't played it for years, you'll be staggered by the differences. I wonder how much the ferry's going to cost. I think there's a way of finding out, but I'm not going to worry about trying to do that. I think that's a Renault Megane, a newer one. Amarok. Right, what's this music? That'll do, whatever it is. Right, another sip of coffee. Cheers, everyone. So good.
Keep right.
I always used to get Basingstoke and Basildon mixed up. Bugger, we need to go across. They slammed on anyway. Yeah, I always used to get them mixed up. And I had a friend in Basingstoke. And yeah, when I was over that way, I'd pop and see them. Like if I had a break or whatever. So yeah, the amount of times that I used to get them mixed up, it was so annoying. Yeah, because I used to get a text off my boss and he'd say, and that's the thing, like, even though it wasn't nice. It wasn't really an option. He always used to ask whether I wanted to go somewhere. So he'd say, got a job in Basingstoke or wherever, you up for it?
And then exit
I never used to say no, unless it was London, and then I'd phone him up crying and say I can't deal with it.
left.
But yeah, so he'd phone me up, I'd say yes, and then yeah, I'd text my friend and say that I was going to be in the area, and then yeah, off to Basildon, and that dreaded text saying sorry, I'm not in the area. Sorry that you've cancelled all your plans. Anyone want a bounty? I can just about look down at it now. Oh, no. Face tracking didn't like that. Into the night. Is that mist? Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, so the road surfaces don't seem to have affected it much. I'm not getting much force feedback through, so maybe I need to turn the force feedback up to get the most benefits from it. Because it does feel a little bit disconnected, if I'm honest, for UK roads. Like, I wouldn't have any teeth left if I'd done that many miles. Has this got a odometer on it, this truck? I don't think it has. Oh yeah, it has. But I think it's fixed. But on our stats, we can see how many miles I've done in total, so we'll have a look at that in a future episode. My goodness. And I should have upgraded the radio when we were in that last place. Oh well, I've just had a look at my subscriber count. 2,290 as I record this. Absolutely fantastic. Just under 9 months in. Nice. So thank you everyone. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the motivation I get when I wake up in the morning and the number's gone up rather than down. Right. Speed camera, but we're alright. So we are going to need a break at some point. We're at 28 minutes in the recording. So let's zoom out. Let's press the wrong button. Let's zoom out on this. Is there anything coming up? Not by the looks of it. Yeah, I really like my sat-navs as well, because I had a TomTom truck sat-nav, and it was only a couple of buttons, and it'd tell you the nearest services, which was perfect. Because obviously, when you're running a taco, it doesn't show up on this. But when you're running a taco, you've got to take 45-minute breaks and all that kind of thing. Otherwise you lose your licence and get a massive fine. It's really stressful. Porsche Cayenne. Right, what's this coming up? Services, perfect. So it's one of them bad ones that you have to accelerate out of really hard, and also there's nowhere to slow down either, so you have to go in full pelt. So not very realistic. And yeah, we'll drop it in here then. Yeah, so our services in the UK just aren't like this. Maybe next to a dual carriageway, but not on the motorway. Right, so that's all that off. And yeah, that does bring us to the end of this one. And we are going to sleep here as well. So let me show you the sleep animation. Not that it's anything fantastic, but that'll mean that we can do the rest of our journey to good old Ireland without sleeping again. Right, so cheers for watching, everyone. Really do appreciate each and every view. And if you've liked this, please feel free to join me in the next one. Cheers, everyone, and bye for now.
Platform 17 for the 1832 South Central service to Brighton, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Waltham, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill,